Hi everyone, my name is Nulok, and today I'm going to talk about environmental racism by connecting one of our class lectures to an outside source. The documentary I chose is Moscow when Garachi 4 directed by Alexander Glusham and released in 2019. Question 1. What is my short basic background? Moscow tells the story of a historic Black community in Louisiana called Moscow. The town was originally founded by formerly enslaved people who wanted a safe place to live, raise families, and build a future. Over many decades, petrochemical companies moved into the region, polluting the water, air, and soil. Eventually, this they allowed a massive petrochemical corporation called Sasso to expand directly into the neighborhood. The film centered on Stacy Ryan, a resident who refuses to leave even after most of his neighbors have been bought out or fought out. His story shows that environmental racism is not only about toxins, it's also about losing culture, land, history, and identity. Question number 2. How does this sort relate to our class? This documentary connects directly to Lecture 12, Environmental Racism, where we study Louisiana Cancer Alley, an 85-mile stretch with more than 150 petrochemical plants. The lecturer explained that these plants surround mostly Black and low-income communities, and some areas now face cancer risks as high as 1 in 210 compared to the national average of 1 in 33,000. Moscow is located inside this region. The film is a real-life example of environmental racism. Polluting industry are playing near people with the least political power to stop them. This is probably what Sarati explains in the essay reading that environmental injustices for hardest on communities of color because of unequal housing access, weaker political representation, and a long history of discrimination. A major theme in both the reading and the film is possibility. Sarati argues that some communities are treated as if their lives matter less, which is why hazardous facilities are placed near them. In Moscow, we see resident homes, health, and cultural history put aside so corporations can profit. The film also reflects the lecture's point about the legacy of racism in land policy. Moscow was built by Black families after slavery, but systemic racism prevented them from having the political power needed to protect their land. Over decades, industry expanded until the community was completely overwhelmed by pollution. Question number 3. How can I use what I learned in my career field? I'm going into the hospitality industry And this class helped me understand that environmental justice connects to the everyday decision businesses make. Hotels and restaurants use a lot of water, energy, and chemicals, and if these materials aren't handled responsibly, the pollution often harms low-income communities. For example, if a hotel hires a waste company that dumps chemical illegally, that damage affect real families. As a future hospitality manager, I can choose ethical vendors, support meaningful sustainability programs, and think about how new hotel projects impact local communities. This class taught me that environmental decisions always have social consequences, and I want my career to reflect that awareness.